Hey y'all, back with another video. This is, this is number 6, Flosstube number 6. I'm just calling it my journal. My last video I made very quickly, which I didn't like. I did not like rushing through things. I'm not a rusher. Uh, Welcome to my channel. This is a channel about cross stitch. So I'm just going to show you guys what I've been working on, and thank you to my subscribers. I had one new subscriber. I didn't check your name. I deleted the video before I checked your name. It was like Stitch something. But thank you for subscribing. I hope you enjoy this video. This will be a little bit of a longer video, so feel free to grab a cup of coffee, and just sit back and relax. So I've got my coffee here. And I don't have too much progress to show, but I wanted to do a what I'm bringing into 2026 this year for my whip parade. I have probably about 20 other whips, and then I have about 12 here. So I probably have like 32 whips total, I want to say. And I'm, fingers crossed, subject to change, but no new starts until sampler September. Because I have some plans I want to show today. I'm going to go through all my current whips and then leave this video up for a good long while, and hopefully it gets some traction. I'll post it on my other social media accounts. Sorry, my back is like killing me. Okay, I'm like, I must have scoliosis or something. Okay, not really, but sorry for anyone that has scoliosis. I'll show you what I'm currently working on, which is still, if you saw my last video, is Matilda Ann, and I took her out the hoop to show you guys everything. So, and my ideas with her are, I don't want her to, I want to get her done, but in the antique photo, it has, I'm sorry, I don't know the Bible quote. I'm still studying theology. But at the end here, it has, and the Lord commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou may freely eat, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it, for in the day that thou eat it thereof, thou shalt surely die. But in this, so in the antique, Matilda did not add die. So I've been studying theology a little bit and cross-referencing different decades of Bibles and how it's warped throughout time for certain reasons. And so I think I'm going to put live, thou shalt surely live, because I like to think that Adam and Eve ate the fruit and then they began to live a mortal life instead of an immortal life, because Adam did not have a belly button, therefore he was some sentient being of alien life form. I have no idea. I'm just kind of freeballing. Okay. Okay, sorry, my back is killing. This is not a good chair. This is just a folding chair. So, okay. I think from last time I showed you, I finished the berry bowl. I got more of the urn done, and I'm calling this the ashes of the urn and everything. And then I got down to this middle border. And these look like biblical angels. These little O's, like what an angel would like biblically look like. I got some of the words in, and the Lord, the bird, and I started on the tree of life. Now here's what I'm thinking. Plans for when I finish filming. I really want to work on Andale because I want to work on a border. I think I need that type of therapy right now where I work on a border. And I just love borders. I don't know why. It's almost like filling in a house. There's that therapeutic feeling of filling in a house, and I was longing for that yesterday. I was like, I need to fill in a house, but I just could not switch up the project because I wanted to work on this more. And I was like, okay, keep on working on it. You'll get back in the hang of it. And now I don't want to put this one down, but I think I'm going to pull out Andale when I'm done filming. So there's that one. Oh, and I wanted to show, so I used to work at Barnes and Noble, and at the time, they still have cross-stitch magazines. This was in a cross-stitch magazine, and Teresa, that worked there, saved this for me from one of the cross-stitch magazines. It's a little notions container, and I haven't used it in a while. I just emptied it, but it came in a cross-stitch magazine, and she thought of me at the time. This was before COVID, and she was like, oh my God, Charles, you would love this. I was like, that's so thoughtful. Thank you. Now I want to get into... Now, most of these are samplers. There's a couple, I think, that aren't, 2 or 3 that aren't samplers. This one, so I bought linen napkins on Amazon thinking I could save $1, but the linen sucks from the linen napkins. So it's okay, but the threads are so uneven. So I wanted to build my own border, and I wanted the border to be a border of flower pots going along, and I found it was off by 1 linen thread. So I'm going to just get a piece of, because I wanted to bypass the whole hemming thing. So I was like, oh, I'll just try and buy made linen napkins. So, oh, and that's my finished Halloween at Hollyberry Farm. I have the Fire Elemental Dragons by Ink Circles. And that one's by Stacey Nash, the Halloween one. So, I want to start my own border and just have, it's called a bread cloth. So you just place it in a bowl and you put little biscuits in there. And yeah, so sorry, I did not mean to slurp that loud. Okay. There's no particular order. I'm just going in the feels. So the next one up is the Scarlet House, Roses for Ruby. Now, most of you, if you're watching this, if you've made it this far, you probably know the Scarlet House. So, because I'm just going to label this something like samplers and housekeeping or whatever. Not really no, there's no housekeeping today, per se. But I'm just using, for Roses for Ruby, I'm using all the called for DMC. Oh, and Matilda Ann is all the called for DMC, and it's on 40 count from the Bark collection from Nicholas Flamel. His Etsy shop is closed. I'm sorry. I don't think he's coming back, unfortunately. He hand-painted linen. Okay. So this is what I have done on Roses for Ruby. It's just on a fat quarter. I got it from an LNS down in Columbus. I got the fat quarter. It's a 36 count Cactus Wren by Fox and Rabbit. And all the called for DMC. I love working on that rose in the center. And this is like my smallest sampler that I have so far. Oh, and I wanted to show you too some charts that I got from the Scarlet House. So I went to Claire's and picked up some charts a while back. So this was like, way back, but it's just kind of like a stash dive, I guess. So I have a problem. Now, I'm gonna spend the time to put these back in the bag, so just bear with me. I cannot go that quick. This is not a quick hobby, passion. So I'm just gonna take my time and relax because I like making these videos and I don't want to have to clean up a whole mess. The next one up is, now I played around with colors a little bit. They're still similar, but Elizabeth Hunt, 1845. I got this at Claire's. And the fabric's from Bestitch Me. It's one more reproduction. See, this is why I need coffee. It's it's 9 o'clock at night here in Ohio. Northeast Ohio. Love this one. So pretty. But I wanted to make a long video because I want to keep a long video up because I personally like watching long videos. Like, if they're about 45 minutes to an hour, that's great. And if they're like an hour and a half, that's even better. So I cleared up some storage on my phone again. And so this is pretty much all the called for DMC. And I was firing away on this one for a while. Maybe a few weeks. So I got the bones of the border in on the left side when you're looking at it. So I don't know. And then flower pot. Done. The urn and the ashes. The tree of life. I love working on the flowers. Like, see, I want to pull this one out and work on it because I have not worked on Elizabeth Hunt in so long. I'm like, I might pull this one out too because this is a good border to work on too. I love this one. Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking of it, I think I'm going to pull this one out. I just don't know. See, this is why I love making these videos. It reminds me of what I'm working on. And, although, you know, I think about them periodically when I'm cross-stitching, but I tend to forget what I've have started, so it's nice to... Oh, come on, shoo. Okay. The other colors are like, they're similar to the colors in the chart. The yellow that was in the one flower, the tulip, daffodil, I don't know, a yellow flower, is a little bit brighter. And I wish I would have coffee dyed that thread, like the other threads it called for to be coffee dyed. The next one is, okay, so I made a couple color changes on this, and I know as I get further along, I'm gonna like it more. But the skin tone that I made for the angels, because I wanted the angels to be black, it's like the color is just not the skin tone of black that I would want. It's almost like it's not a real skin tone color, but I'm not mad about it. Actually, it looks, I mean, looking at it, it looks good. Tell me what you think, because for some reason, that looks good. For some reason, I thought it was like too mocha-y almost, but it looks good in camera, and it looks good in person too. This is on 40 Count Cosmic. I got it from Claire's. I want to say, I don't know the maker of this fabric, but it's really vintage looking. And I want to get more of that deer done, the red deer. It's like a red deer sampler. Oh, I'll show you the chart. Let me show you the chart so then you know. It's LFB 1788, a red deer sampler. I jumped down to the deer because I really like the deer. I'm not crazy about this border because it's not big. It's not like chunky. I like a chunky border. And it's just not my favorite border because there's a lot of, not a lot, but there's a lot of little stitches that are kind of far away from each other. And not that the backs matter, but it drives me crazy thinking about the backs when you're stitching on them. Okay, this is, I'm using the called for, not all called for, but most of the called for DMC. Oh, for some reason I thought the video stopped. I am using a one color of Roxy from, I want to say Roxy Co. is from Canada, the thread from Canada. And Roxy Co. and Jacob DeGraff are in cahoots. All right, next up is a Plum Street samplers, a Ghoultide Welcome. This is when I'm in a Halloween mood, and I can't wait to have it partnered up with Hollyberry at Hollyberry Farm. I mean, Halloween at Hollyberry Farm. And I loved like the blackish kind of house. It's kind of like a deep, dark, brown, purple, black house. And this border I like because it's a little bit chunkier than the LFB. I have a hanging thread on this one. So, as you can tell, I have the whole top border done. It's on, I want to say 36 count something. I got it from Claire's. And I love the house. I love working on the house. But I love working on the border. I got the pumpkin filled in and some of that border done. And surprisingly, that pumpkin from here, it looks small, right? It took a while to fill in. It really did. It looks small, but it takes a good chunk of change of time. So, and then next up is Springtime at Hollyberry Farm. And on this one, with the pumpkin, I filled in a lot of the cat. And I'm using all the called for threads, all the called for Gentle Arts, pretty much. I think it's pretty much the Gentle, oh, there's some weeks in there too. Couple weeks, couple Gentle Arts. Springtime at Hollyberry Farm. That cat looks more tan, but mine's white. And the brick path, which I should have looked at this, it's red in here and mine are brown. My bricks are brown, which is fine. That's the dye lot with, you know, makers and stuff. So my bricks are brown, a little bit more earthy, a little bit more wear in. And so I've got quite a bit done on this one. So I just need the mortar done on the house, finish the tail on the cat to be filled in, fill in the house, and I changed the woman's dress to the, I don't know if it's cast iron. No, it's Carriage Black. Carriage Black by the Gentle Art. Ow. Just got a little pain in my leg. All right, take a sip of coffee. One more sip. I'm tired. I took a nap, but still tired. Next up is His Eyes on the Sparrow. I did not and I haven't been posting on Instagram either because I'm just like, I get out of the swing of things. I just want to stitch. And I love posting to you guys. I think YouTube's the most fun of all the socials for cross stitch. So I got the top border done and the peacock and a little bit of the flower. The peacock's so cute. I'm using pretty much all the called for DMC. I switched out the border, the bones of the border with sticks and twigs. And there's like one other, I think I'm using Endive. It's called for in the chart, but they didn't have the DMC at Hobby Lobby, so I did have on hand some Endive. So I just went along with that. Next up is the big and beautiful Andale. Since this one was easy to grab. Big and beautiful Andale. I can't wait to, if I were to say a favorite spot I'm excited to work on, would have to be, I'm excited for the over one a little bit because I know how to do over one. I've just never stitched over one words, and I think it's going to be fun. But I would have to say the center flower right here. I'm excited to get to that center flower. That'll be fun to stitch. And I already stitched that whole band of flowers. Carnations, I think they are. I think they're carnations. Oh my god, excuse me. I'm so sorry. I don't know why this is tiring me. It does take a lot of energy to get everything set up a little bit. Because this was not set up before. I set this up for you guys, so you better be happy. So you better be happy. Oh, and this one's kind of a long story. The bones in the flower pot are gray. I'm using the called for DMC, and it's green in the chart. And then in the chart, this is filled with the muted pink, but it's not charted like that, which is fine. I mean, mistakes happen. But then I finished that whole band of flowers. If you've already seen this, I'm sorry. I just wanted to film. I just like filming. It gives me something to do and something to look forward to. And I was like, you probably forgot what I showed from last time, so there's no harm in showing again. And you can always just bypass this video. If you've made it this far, I'd be surprised. Unless you're like a real stitcher and you like samplers. All right, we're getting there. We're getting to the whips. So this is a whip parade. So these are all of my definitely locked in whips for 2026. Like these will all be worked on in 2026 for sure. Without a doubt. Next up is Ann Harper, 1839. I love this one. The house isn't like your typical house because it's a brick house. She's a brick house. And I want to get back to this one, but so sad the border's already done. So I love working on the birds. I'd have to say the birds are my favorite part of this so far. The house is fun too. I got the border done. Beautiful, beautiful. Round of applause. And then this way, I have all these, so my, I was getting into the locomotion of everything, and I have a filing cabinet with no files in it. It's just a bottom filing cabinet and a top filing cabinet. I've now reached a point where I have just about too many whips. But what I would do is organize them on what I'd want to work on, put it on the top filing cabinet so it's done. pull out another one, work on it for 2-3 days, top filing cabinet, so on and so forth. Next up is, oh, and on Ann Harper, I'm using all the called for DMC. I think I've been forgetting to say that, but, and the fabric. This is not good. This is not a good video. Sorry, I'm a little like low energy today. I'm just tired. I want to get back to stitching, but I also wanted to make a video. And hopefully the coffee kicks in soon. I'm gonna just chug the rest of this. This is my stimulant of choice, and sometimes it backfires on me because it makes me tired. So hopefully this don't backfire because I'll be zonked out. So Anne Uffendale, which of course the threads are on the front. So I'll pull out the chart from Hands Across the Sea. And I love Hands Across. See, now I really want to start a new project. Oh, I can't. I'm just going to work on one that I have started because these can't stay in my, these ladies cannot. I have a house full of ladies and they want to leave. I think they like spending time with me. Don't get me wrong. I'm a handsome man. They probably like spending time with me. So I'm not talking to spirits. I promise you. I am not talking to spirits. I am not talking. So Anne Uffendale, no, Isabel Uffendale. Anne Uffendale's her sister, which I don't have that chart yet, but it's in the works because this was a pretty penny. This chart was like $42 for this chart. Really nice. Like, I'll give you a little sneak peek, but like really nice colored chart. Super easy to follow. Oh, I love Hands Across the Seas charts. And the piece of resistance is it comes with a legend key. This is brilliant. Brilliant. Because then I use a music stand. I can have my legend key clipped on, my phone, my chart. I have some Flosstube going. I got my hands going. It's a wonderful world. And so that's what I got done so far. We're cracking away at the border. See, now I kind of want to pull. So I've been working on a 40 count. So I could jump up because it's easier when you work on a high count. It's easier to jump up than it is when you work on a high count and you jump down. No, wait. I got that frontwards, backwards. So when you work on a high count, hang on, the dots are connecting. When you work on a low count and then you move to a high count, your eyes take time to adjust. So I would recommend, if you're going to work on 2 projects in a day, because sometimes my eyes take a couple days to adjust. Like, this is on 46 count Aberall by Cedar River Linens, and it'll take a good 2 days for my eyes to adjust to it. Because I don't use any magnification, so I just kind of, and I already need glasses. I need to go to the glass doctor because I cannot see far away. My vision's already, I can see up close, fine, perfect. I can see up close, perfect. But now I'm out driving, and I'm like, what does that white sign say? I'm like, wait. That's not good. That's not good. Don't tell the police on me. Don't tell the police. Because I was like, I don't know what time school's going on till. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I hope them kids stay clear of the roads. Because I'm out driving. No, I can see people. It's just those signs. I'm like, it's blurry. I'm like, what the hell? What the heck, man? All right, this one. The Big Beautiful Dutch is what I'm calling it. Because I cannot pronounce Holland, 1790. I got this for Christmas. And yeah, so huge. I can't wait to get to, honestly, the first thing, like what sold me on this would have to be definitely the queen with the shield. And then these bunnies. I think these bunnies are so flippin' cute. And they're on each side. Like there's a lot going, like, is this mirrored? It's not mirrored entirely, but it's mirrored a bit. So I like that. And I'm using the called for DMC. I switched out a couple colors. So like the skin tone of the people, I made it so then they would pop. So then they'd look real white. Top border done. Gotta bring down the sides. This is on 40 Count Latte by Fiber on a Whim. And then, okay. Pretty boring. That's pretty boring stuff, the border. For you guys. I mean, not for me, but for y'all. Not much to look at there. Okay, next one is another Hands Across the Sea. I got this from Claire's too. A lot of stuff I get from Claire's. That's my bread and butter LNS. Elizabeth Harding. 1791. The checker carpet or entryway to the foyer is what sold me. In the house, of course. House is beautiful. I don't know if there's mortar or not in there, but it's like a little, it looks like Dig Dug made it or something. I got a good healthy start on this one. Good healthy start. Oh, I'm so sorry I'm yawning. It's late. I should probably go to bed, but I'm gonna stay up late and cross stitch. My vision's good. I can see. I'm just yawning for some reason. I was not yawning before this, so I don't know what the heck's happening. This is on an R&R 35 count 18th century rook. And it smells so good because I soaked it in fabric softener. Not all, like a solution of fabric softener and water. Because there's fabrics are starchy. Not my cup of tea. So, and I don't care, it's my fabric. Yes, I just changed some of the borders and I'm not doing the Algerian knots because I don't want to do speciality stitches. I want to do all cross stitches because I like the uniformity. Trust me, I'm smart enough to do specialty stitches. I just don't like them. Not my cup of tea. I think they look beautiful on other people's work. But me personally, when I look at something, I want it to be all cross stitches. Okay, that's a wrap. That is what I'm bringing in to 2026. And that is set in clay. I'm gonna call it clay, not stone, because definitely come September I will have at least, and now if I hold off until September, I'm gonna have 3 starts if I can hold off. If I can't, I'll have 1. So I'll start like 3 by the time September hits. I'll have 3 started. That's kind of what I'm aiming for. Now this chart I ordered off of Etsy, and it is the, let me see here, GH, this is plans now. We're going into plans for what I have stashed away for Sampler September. So it is GH 1857 sampler. And this will be on Esmeralda's Indigo, I think. And I really want to start this because I love the fabric. And this one I had to wash a few times, hang dry outside, wash again, hang dry outside again, baking soda, vinegar, fabric softener. It was Needle of the Dame, but the reason why I was doing all that is because the weave, it's 36, but it's like I swear it's like a 40. And I'm like, it's already so dark to begin with. I was still able to stitch on it without doing all that, but I was like, to give my eyes a break, I'm gonna try working some magic. And it faded out a little bit of the color too, so it's still super bright and beautiful, but it did, and it smells lush. It's like that commercial, that Downy commercial. I love fabric softener. There's nothing on here, I'm just showing you the fabric. So that's plans for that. And I'm going to be using called for DMCs. And it's a blue, so if you're not familiar with the chart, I still have to print out the cover photo because my printer ran out of ink and it stopped like an eighth of the way through and it just like pooped on me. I was like, oh, great. Lovely. So, yeah, I'm out of coffee. I'm gonna like dip down and hit my vape. So I don't know, can I vape on YouTube? I would think so. You know what? I'm gonna try it out, and if it gets taken down, I don't care. So that's bliss right there. This is bliss. I'm sorry if that's like bad advocate, but I don't care. And don't curse me either, because I'm allowed to do what I want. I'm allowed to smoke, because I don't drink. And if y'all walk too high and mighty and don't drink and smoke, you're not living life. God did not intend that. My God didn't. All right. Next up is Marianne Cobb. Oh my God. I cannot wait. I want to start this so bad. I like plans better than whips, honestly, because I love my whips, don't get me wrong, but plans, I love a good plan. I love a plan of attack. Like, that's how I cross stitch too, is like, I have a plan of attack. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go down a couple X's, I'm gonna come back up, save some thread, go over here, and then set me up for a 3 start. Because I start with, I weave my thread in the back with 3 stitches. You don't need more than 3. 4 you can do if you're feeling like antsy. 5 I do sometimes for other reasons because I'm like 5 fingers. So this one is gonna be on All Called For, Weeks, Pretty Weeks, Classic Colorworks. There might be a Gentle Art in here. And it'll be on 40 count Confederate Gray. Okay, yes, it's called Confederate, but y'all don't know what was working behind the scenes when the Confederacy was around. It's like Snape. There's double spies, so don't come down my throat about all that. Really? I mean, I like black people, don't get me wrong. So okay. Next up for plans. Okay, I wanted a Christmas start, but I was like, whoa, Charles, pump the brakes. Pump them, pump them, pump them. Because I was like, don't do it. Don't do it. I did 1 strand of thread. I think it was a half a strand of thread. And it will be on 35 count Spanish Moss by Fiber on a Whim. My mom got this for me for Christmas. Love you, Mom. And she ended up having me pick it out. She's like, just pick out what you want. I don't know what you want. I was like, okay. I was like, thank you. That's like, because I told her I was like neutral, but like not too dark or not too light, or I love grays. Okay. And so the border, it's chunky, but not really chunky. And there's some color changes. So, and I think what I'm going to do is, instead of having the different colored words, I'm going to do all brown. Either all brown or all pink. Depending on how the pink looks on this fabric, I think I'll do all pink since it's a little girl that did it, I think. Is this a reprint? Yeah. Aged 14 years by... Is her ED? I'll figure out her name later. Let's see. Her name was... It calls for Lakeside Linens. I don't know. But this is a fat half. Fat half, or a Stitcher's half. I like Stitcher's half. I mean, I don't know. Call it a fat half, call it a Stitcher's half. I don't really care. Okay, next up is for plans, and then I'll go into a little bit of a stash dive. But I'll have to get up and scoot in a boop over there. So, and I don't know why, like, I'm a male stitcher, and sometimes, not all the time, it depends, honestly. Some women get thrown off by me. I don't know if it's my energy or if it's the fact that I'm a male stitcher. I don't know. But I'm not scary. I'm not a scary person. I can be, but I'm not. That makes any sense. That makes any sense. Okay, this one, beautiful. And it's a medium. I'd say medium large. It's 221 wide by 207 high. Sally Stansfield, 1841. Oh, and the saying on this is absolutely beautiful. I'm so glad Claire had it. So it says, "Let this great truth by all be understood, that all the pious duties which we owe, our parents, friends, our country, and our God, the seeds of every virtue here below, from education first and early culture flow." I mean, this girl, now she looks like she was a well put together lady, maybe 20s. Like, this is a woman. This isn't a little girl. This is the handiwork of a woman. Little girl, lady. I mean, back then, you were considered a lady at like what, 12 or 14? So, yeah. And that will be stitched on. I'm thinking what I have in here, and it's not fully kitted up. I have the fabric for it, but I have ivory Edinburgh linen 36 count antique. Wait, no, I do have the threads for this. I thought I had the threads. Let me see. Oh, I do have the threads. I have all the DMCs for it. And I think it looks, there might be one color that I have to bump up or bump down. It's a tan, so I might do, depending on where it's called at in the chart, I'm going to do white, or honestly, I could get not too colorful with it because I don't want to like mishap anything. If that makes any sense. I don't know. Sometimes I just say words. I'm like, you know what? Whatever floats my boat at that time. So that's so far what I have. Yes, so those are all fully kitted, ready to be started possibly in September. So let me go get some Stash Dive. It's just right over there, so I'll be right back. I'm almost back. Hang on. All right. And here I am. And I used to smoke cigarettes, so this is definitely a lot safer. I don't care what the doctors say. I know what's good for me. And if this helps my stress, so be it. Because your boy's broke. This ain't a cheap hobby. Okay. First off, I really want to start this. This might be a possible, it is a I would consider this a sampler because it has an alphabet, it has a house, a couple houses, and it's got quilts. This is the Prairie Schooler, book number 11. And it's Sunshine and Shadow. And it's like an Amish. And I learned a cool thing from the Salt Box, Carol. If you ever see this, I know I'm probably like one of your biggest fans, which is weird, I know. Like an old lady's my fan, or an old lady's my idol. But I'm sorry, not old, but mature. A mature lady's my idol. But she was saying that the Amish believe that they make a mistake on purpose in their quilts because God didn't intend people to be perfect. So I thought that was so cute, and I was like, it's because you don't have to be a perfectionist, but with counted cross stitch, it's a little different. Now, if you were making your own sampler, that's different. But counted cross stitch is, if you want things to add up, you're just gonna have to. But look at the houses, white houses, the buggies. This was from my Gram's stash. God rest her soul. So I got this. She was a very Four Seasons based woman. She loved the Four Seasons. She loved all that stuff. And my aunt is a stitcher too, which I actually have. I'll show you at the end one of her finished It's like Four Seasons. She was into Four Seasons too, and they were into. This is a free chart into Four Seasons and some religious stuff too, because that was the hype back then, which is still is the hype now. And so the Lord is thy shepherd. I think I was gonna I wanted to do this as my blessing sampler, but that got beside me because I think January's more than halfway through. But it's a beautiful free sampler on Fox and Rabbit. They did it for their, I think once they reached 1,000 subscribers. I'm sorry, I forget her name. I should know her name. I'm sorry, but Fox and Rabbit. That's who I know. I know them as literally Fox and I'd probably call them, hey Fox, hey Rabbit. Like, hey, what's up? So yeah, beautiful little sampler. A couple pools up front, and like dogs or cats, I don't know. I know they have little shepherd, like almost like shepherd, like little, they're like those, they're like greyhounds but small. That's what they are. Some kind of like Australian greyhound. That's probably what it is, honestly. All right, so some Scarlet House stash that I got is School Days. And they're smalls. These are all smalls because I want to start some smalls. Honestly, I might start with, I don't have any. I can't. Because Hobby Lobby and Michael's isn't 24/7. And I don't have enough DMC stash to start any of these. This one is Little Red Chair Sampler. This one's Dried Gourds and Marigolds. And then American Homestead Sewing Set. Cute. I love that. It's almost like a little jailhouse. And then Schoolhouse Sampler 1871. Love a little schoolhouse. And I'll probably start this for maybe like 4th of July because of the American flag. I want some patriotic stuff. And this one's Nice to Meet You. Like is that a baby lamb? I should know that. Nice to meet you. And that's it. So I will show you the finish, that fully finished object my aunt did. And my mom and my aunt took a class on how to frame pictures back in, she dated it. She finished it in 91, I want to say. Yeah, 91, Dawn, my Aunt Dawn. And it is the months. And this might be, it's really good glass. I'm not a fan of glass, but yeah, they took a class together. So you have all the months. I love the church up here for June. Is that June? Yeah, June. It's beautiful though. And sometimes I'll set this up and it's got everything in the back finished. And it has stuff to even hang it up on the wall still. It's not on the wall, I know, but it's heavy. I'm like, I don't know how to find a stud. I know you knock, but I don't talk to wood, so. Okay. Well, that's a wrap, and we're under an hour, so it has been nice. I'm gonna get back to stitching, And honestly, I'm on the Tree of Life at Matilda and Charles, so I think I'm just gonna plug away on that. So y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you for spending some time with me, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.